Let's talk about DraftKings. I've got to imagine, thinking about yesterday, millions of people on their phones, on their tablets, betting on football, and of course in the states where it is done legally. And you think DraftKings may be a good bet. Why?
Well, I'll tell you, Brian, thank you for having me again. First of all, I think the stock is up 25% in about 3 months. Hard to believe, but it's a $25 billion company. Daily fantasy sports, DFS, online sports gambling. They share the market with 2 other players, MGM Sportsbook and FanDuel. DFS is a game of skill. OSG is a game of chance. In both cases, they get a fee no matter what. They make a lot of money, big growth numbers. Monthly average users have grown from 685,000 a year ago to 1.1 million. Revenues, Brian, grew 400% year on year. Not cheap. Wow. Trading at almost 20 times sales. I think it's a buy. I think it's one you got to have in your portfolio. I got one other football idea if you have time.
Let me go back to DraftKings, though, 1 minute, though, Kate, because I think the story around DraftKings is the market sort of expects gambling, sports gambling, to be legalized in nearly every state, if not every state. It's still actually not legalized in the majority of states. It certainly is here in New Jersey. It's in Michigan, Virginia, and a few others. Is there a risk, a regulatory risk around DraftKings where, certain state governments may say, you know what, we're not going to do it, but the market is kind of priced in the expectation that it'll soon be legal everywhere?
Absolutely, Brian, you're dead on. It's actually a significant risk. In fact, the Attorney General of the state of Texas has sued them, their license to practice sports gambling, and they have several lawsuits going on. I actually think this is a positive because what they are doing is they're clearing the field. They are the first mover. They only have 2 players, and I think there are definitely legal challenges. You're absolutely correct. If they can work through them, there are big gains to be had. So having said this,
you referenced that mystery second idea, and I'll tell you what, we have a term in television that I will not roll our viewer. It's called VMVPD. It's an industry acronym regarding virtual, basically it's a virtual television platform, and you can't go anywhere without seeing an ad for Fubo TV, which is a VPD. I can't even believe I'm saying that at 5:10 in the morning. But whatever it is also a stock that you like.
Yes, Brian, Fubo is one I like. If you think about eyeballs and just entertainment, it is crowded. You've got cable, you've got Hulu, you've got YouTube TV. There are lots of players in the field. Netflix, Amazon Prime. What Fubo does is they've carved out a niche for themselves. People who only watch sports. So you've got your internet, and now you don't want classical cable. You may have never used cable, or you want a skinny bundle. You pay them $65 a month, and you can have regional sports, local sports, national and international sports. And if you care about sports, this is the way to go. What I like about Fubo is this valuable sports viewer is very valuable for ad revenue. So their ad revenue, ARPUs, are 3 to 5 times what they are for Roku television. This is really quite extraordinary. They could be making an extra $200 per person just from ad revenue. And guess what? They're also getting into sports betting. They're planning to enter into this field, so revenues could really go up significantly from this. Fubo, I think, is one you have to keep an eye on.